Can you hear me? Yes. You can? So after lunch, you hear different kinds of sounds. You don't hear sounds about knowledge. It's time to sleep. The reason that the Milagro team put me and Ishan in this panel is because
you have to sleep.
after lunch panel needed people who could shout really louder and wake up people for the next time. So that's the reason me and Ishan are here. And it's kind of a deja vu because last year also he and me were together on a panel and on a very similar theme. The theme was marketing inclusion type, if I remember this.
Yeah.
And if you look at today's theme, it's a play on a similar theme. It says targeting the marketing message, reducing cost, increasing effectiveness. Since the last time we met, but let me give you an example of how a small and medium-sized company can use digital. Sanjeev, I don't know, I wasn't here in his talk, but if you look at the category of classified, that has totally evaporated from newspapers. Today, if you look at jobs, if you look at career, if you look at marriage, if you look at second-hand cars, if you look at real estate not that much, all of these have predominantly gone onto the web. So let me give you an example of a small, I won't name the brand because I'm not patronizing but a small eatery in Gurgaon, which does cakes, which has now 3 outlets. So it's in an expansion mode where it can genuinely be called a small and medium-sized enterprise and not just be a one-store outlet, which is now using digital to make sure that all the households in its encashment, all the corporates in its encashment, and they define their encashment as a radius of 5 kilometers, which may be a little narrow, but that they believe that works for them. They do not do any mass media, they are not on television, but they spend 80% of their budget, and their budgets are very small, on internet. So they have engaged with a large internet advisory firm to help them reach out to their people who come into their stores who are buying confectionery, who are buying cakes, who are buying, various consumable products in their store, and they are making sure that they are building a preference. They call it a preference. They don't call it a chart. They call it a preference, some algorithm, if I may use. Where they are saying that these consumers around this time, they've been around for 7 years, around these times of festivals buy these kind of things. So they are using digital and saying that most of our sales are coming from repeat purchases. Hence, let's focus on these guys through digital. Let's engage them if we are doing a new flavor. Whenever we have new arrivals, they are informing them on the SMS. So they are basically using a lot of conversations with their consumers to reach out to them. Again, it's very simple. And as David Klein of Ad Age says now, advertising and marketing is no longer simple, it's rocket science, where especially in a category like financial services, you're data mining and you're trying to sell similar financial products to your customers. So this small eatery, by using 80% of its budget, have trebled its revenue. And as I said, it's been there 7 years. So it's not an eatery whose sales base was small. So it's increased manyfold from the same set of customers. One, of course, their product is very good. Because when it comes to food, the quality of food is very important. It's not just marketing. But they've engaged their customers and they believe that by using digital, and they do not use mass media because they believe there is wastage. So from their example, it's also a store that I once used to go to. I don't no longer in Gurgaon, so I don't go there. I shifted out of Gurgaon about 6.5 years back. So I do not live in Gurgaon anymore, but I do visit that store. So, and they continue to, though they know that I do not live in Gurgaon, I continue to get their updates and I look at it. So they built a relationship with me. I think when the businesses are small and medium size, what is very important is you build relationships. While you create the brand pull, while you might have the aura that you want to create around your brand in terms of mass media, I think the key is to build relationships.